God of War 3 played on Chaos Mode difficulty. So in this circular room, you want to take out these female archers over here with either the flame attack or just regular hits of your bow and arrow. So grab these two chests, and then as you make your way to the left, you can go left or right. It doesn't matter which way you go. It's all going to lead back to this next area where we're fighting some Sirens, but you do want to grab the chests over to the left. The Sirens are, I don't think they're the worst enemy in the game, but I just don't like them very much, just because of the layer of complexity that they add and difficulty to just traditional combat, having to use the Helios's lamp to illuminate them when you're fighting so many other things. It really, these guys, is gals, I should say. Whenever they're alone, they're fine, but when there's other things around and you can't touch them until you illuminate them, and then you're trying to activate the lamp and it doesn't work all the time right off the bat. But the best way to deal with these guys is what I'm doing right here. You just fling them up, and then you spam the circle button to kill them. You can kill them without doing the QuickTime button, but it takes a while, and this is just a lot more efficient. So these guys are they're predominant in the video that I'm going to be entitling "Hardest Fight," or is that what I call it? Yeah, hardest. No, I'm not sure what I call it. I think it's or huge ass fight or something along those lines. It's a fight right before the Cerberus dogfight at the end of the game, where there's like it's like a 15-minute fight with so many, like an unending amount of enemies, and these guys are featured on that game. So in that level, excuse me, can't speak today. I was fortunate that the grab detection was so spot on there, and that it grabbed the Siren, because the Siren was right next to the Legionnaire, who both of whom had the circle prompt over their head. So I did upgrade the blades to level 3, and I might as well. This game is it's not easy. It is the easiest, I think, of the God of War games on their hardest settings. Like if you compare this game to God of War 1 or even God of War 2 on God mode or Titan mode on those games, respectively, there's just no way. This game is much easier than those titles on those games' hardest settings. I mean, that's not to say that this game is not hard. It is hard, like when you're trying to figure out how to do it and stuff, and especially if you're new to the series or not as familiar with God of War as hardcore fans, long-time fans who've been with the game since it came out. I really don't like this area next. It's very, very boring and stupid too. It's lame. So it's really easy these days for me to get these button presses right on the harp, but when I first did this, I was struggling on it. It's really easy now for me, but it doesn't mean I like it anymore. It's just I don't know. Some parts of this game, it really boggles me, like why they do like stupid stuff, just really lame ass stuff. It's like for the first time in God of War games, they're really throwing these shitty, lame ass things at us. I can't think of anything in God of War 1 or 2 that's like really fucking lame like this. Like why do it here? And I thought that was a blue treasure chest. That's why I was looking for that right there. So for the first time, and they better not do that shit in God of War Ascension. That game looks like a more serious title. But this is serious too. It's just that it's got these little kind of lame things you have to do sometimes, like pressing the buttons that are on the controller. Like, how is that supposed to be like anything that would be occurring back in this guy's times? So all you need to do here is just make a blade. So the little icon we're looking for in this box needs to be the same one that's in the left one. And then for the last one, it just needs to have the point at the end, like a sword would look, even though it's at an angle. So just keep turning this crank, and then just fall down. You don't take any fall damage in this game, which is nice. So there's the puzzle, and it's not really a puzzle, more of like a little task you have to perform. And the more familiar you are with the control, the easier this is for you. Like if I was trying to do this with an Xbox 360 controller, like today, I wouldn't be able to do it because I'm just not familiar with the I don't use that controller hardly ever. I only play the Xbox really for the Gears of War, which I love. That's actually the only reason I have that whole console for Gears of War. And I've done guides for that game. Those all three of those games. So I'm really looking forward to Gears of War Judgment too. But that's a single reason I have an Xbox 360. That's actually really sad to think that. That's really fucking sad. But I don't know. I just like the PS3. It's better quality. The controller's lighter. It doesn't take batteries. It's better for hack and slash games. But for shooters, I think that the Xbox 360 controller feels more right when you're playing a shooter. But for this game, I couldn't imagine. I even was having a conversation with somebody on my other channel about controllers, and for hack and slash titles, the PS3 controller feels more right to me. Like, I could not imagine playing this game on an Xbox 360 controller. Plus, this game doesn't deserve to be on the Xbox 360. It's too good for that system. Anyway, so this is actually really interesting. I like this fight. I like how, when you first come here, when you've never played this game, it's like, okay, I've seen these enemies before. I know they can't be killed with any move I have, so how am I supposed to kill these guys? And then when the Gorgon appears, it's like, oh, okay, I've got to stone shatter them, or at least kill the. This is hard because it's such a small area, and these guys are look how long their spears are. So if I were you, I would use magic, more than I do. I'm just I'm a real conservative person when it comes to using magic. But these guys, I tried to grab them with the O button to make them do their stone gaze, but it's not working the way it works on the. So I think I dropped magic here. Yeah, so that has a lot of range actually. But what I was saying in the Get Stone trial, I don't know. I can't remember if the Medusas are the same as these guys, because in the Get Stone trial, you simply go up to the Medusa, grab them, or attempt to grab them anyway, and they always do the stone gaze. Maybe they changed it. Maybe they reprogrammed that enemy for that trial. It kind of makes me want to go look at my video that I made for that trial and see if it's like the same enemy. It's odd. I don't know. But the main thing I was trying to get at is that you can't grab these enemies and force them to do their stone attack where they're trying to freeze everybody. These guys I hate these enemies. They just I hate when they jab at you. It's really frustrating, and knowing that you have to use that particular weapon to destroy their shields, it just makes me pissed. But I like the and I'm gonna be using the Festus. I was gonna say fucking Festus. I was thinking of the words. I don't know what I was thinking of. I don't really know. I've been playing this game so much. It's fun though. This is fun times. This is fun fucking times. Anyway, there's 1,000 orbs waiting for you below this circular platform. You just pull the crank again, and then jump off, and then roll back. You don't even have to roll back. Just walk backwards, and there's this hidden area down here. I think this is a really cool hidden area. There's 4 chests down here, each containing 250 orbs, for a grand total of 1,000 orbs. So it's really cool. And then the next fight is going to be with a few wraiths, and then the next video is going to be the Hercules boss fight, which is cool. I like that boss fight. I like all the boss fights in this game except for the Hermes, pseudo boss fight. All really good quality boss fights because they stretch out so long. They just go on for a long time. And when a boss fight's so good, you don't want it to end. That's a really good strength of this game. It has a lot of good quality boss fights. So we're gonna head on up here, and we're gonna attempt to turn this crank. I think you could do it about halfway, and then it has a cutscene and forces you to stop. Because what's happening is that this device is being held in place by the 3 judges who are judging us, or who wanted to judge us down in Hades. If you ever recall, one of the judges said that it's too early in our lifetime to be judged, so it's not time to be judged. Something along those lines. So that's the cutscene. And basically, we're gonna have to go back down there and use the Nemean. What is that called? The Nemean cestus, I think it's called, that we get from Hercules. So I interacted with this crank. I knew what was going on. I just wanted to read what it said there. And then a couple of archers in there, and then we have some more race in here, and then that's the last task to do. But make sure you go back and save it if you want to. I didn't save it only because I knew there was a save point up here. So this is I mean, look at the floor. It's so beautiful. It's a really beautifully made game. Oh man, this game, it looks so fantastic. I think that's why people love it so much, because it's probably one of the best games on the PS3 that's ever been made, as far as like the quality and the graphics and the lighting. The Santa Monica Studios who made this game, they do a lot of good work with lighting, and that really is, you really can see that when you're using the weapons to light up dark areas. And so just go to town on these wraiths, spam that move, and then that's it for this video. We're going to head on down the stairway. We're going to get a hidden chest at the bottom, and then we're going to backtrack, or not backtrack, we're going to roll backwards and hit the save point, and then the next video, that will be the fight with Hercules.